I'm Jenna or Jenna Cat, and I typically make lifestyle vlogs here on YouTube, but this topic is far too important for me not to talk about. Back in November, I did make a lifestyle vlog documenting my grief at the election results and hopefully encouraging others to process their own grief with the results of the election in whatever way felt good for them. And at the time of making that video, I felt horribly and completely and utterly useless and helpless. Like, I had no hope in me for the train wreck that it was going to be Donald Trump becoming president again. I really was in a place of like, I don't know what we're gonna do. I feel better now because I have resources that have helped spark a fight in me, that have helped convince me not to give up hope, and have given me applicable ways to resist the coup that is happening to our democracy. And if you don't think there is a coup happening in our democracy, then get the f*** off this video. This video is not for you. Any pro-Trump comments will be deleted, and you will be blocked. With that being said, okay, if you are on board for this, I have some resources that you may have already heard of, but if you haven't, I would be remiss to not share these with y'all, because they have helped me stay informed and have helped me find ways to protest and fight back and resist, right? Okay, so we're just getting into it. At the top of this video, I need to talk about the Economic Blackout Protest that is happening this Friday. Yes, this Friday, February 28th. If you're watching this video after that date, don't worry, there are going to be other opportunities for you to participate in these economic blackouts. There are many that are coming up. These people that are doing these horrible things to our country, money speaks to them. Money is what drives them, right? So we need to be fighting back with our own wallets, and that looks like not spending money on specific days or with specific corporations. Like, we are sending a message that we are not happy and we are not backing down. Okay, so economic blackout this Friday, February 28th, 2025. The whole day, don't spend any money. Unless, the one exception, unless you are spending money with a small, locally owned business that has no ties to Trump, no ties to Musk, no ties to any of these large corporations, right? They are truly, solely small businesses, small local businesses. You can spend money there. That's actually great. Do spend money there. Like, support these small business owners, okay? Do not support corporations. This also means that you need to be making plans today, right now, to make sure you have gas in your car, to make sure you've got your groceries, your food, to make sure that, like, if you have bills that come out on the 28th, pay them ahead of time, okay? Make sure you've prepped so that you go into Friday ready to not spend a cent, right? This is going to take millions of people in America to have an impact, right? Okay, so that's why I'm bringing this at the top of the video, because if this is the only thing you take away from my video, it's do not spend money on February 28th, okay? Do not do it. A few other economic blackouts that are coming up if you happen to watch this video after Friday. March 7th through the 14th is a week-long Amazon boycott. Don't purchase anything on Amazon. March 21st through the 28th is a Nestle boycott. I don't know if I purchase any Nestle goods, but Nestle encompasses a wide variety of products. So do some research and see if you purchase any goods that are owned by Nestle, okay? April 18th is another full economic blackout, okay? April 18th is another opportunity for us to come together and not spend money on a wide scale, okay? April 21st to the 28th is a General Mills boycott. Again, I'm not sure if I have General Mills product, but I will check and make sure. May 6th through the 12th is another Amazon week-long boycott, okay? May 20th through the 26th, a Walmart boycott. I don't ever shop at Walmart, but look, if you shop at Walmart, don't shop there the week of May 20th through the 26th. Okay, June 3 through 9, Target. I do shop at Target. Not very often because I don't have a lot of money, but I will make sure I'll make damn sure not to shop at Target during that boycott. I'm very mad at Target, actually. So I'm really not going to be shopping at Target anytime soon. I'm real mad at them. And, oh, I don't know what McDonald's has done, but there's a McDonald's boycott June 24th through the 30th. And then finally, July 4th is an Independence Day boycott. I don't know what that looks like. Maybe that will be more marches. Like, instead of celebrating July 4th, we go on marches. I'll have to look into that. If I get more information, maybe I'll make a follow-up video to talk about some of these later protests and boycotts and such. Okay, so that's it. That was like the most important information I wanted to get out to y'all. If you're still watching, let's continue on with my resources that I have to share. This one you really may have heard of, the 5051 movement, their Instagram page specifically. I believe they have like a website and Facebook as well. I follow them on Instagram. So and I'm going to read exactly what their definition is. The 5051 is a political action organization to protest the policies and actions of the second Donald Trump administration in the United States. The group organized a nationwide demonstration on February 5th, 2025, and another nationwide No Kings on President's Day demonstration on February 17th. I did not attend the first one because I found out about it too late, but I did attend the second. And I will say that experience, I've attended protests throughout my life. I've attended a few Black Lives Matter protests and a few LGBTQIA plus protests. This one was the most emotional.
The people united will never be divided. The people united will never be divided.
I was like on the verge of tears almost the entire time I was at this protest because it was so wonderful to be around hundreds and hundreds of people that are just as angry and upset at what is happening to our country as I am, but it was also just so like heavy. It's a heavy thing we are fighting against, right? Fascism, tyranny, dictatorship. This is all heavy shit to deal with. So it was an emotional day being there, but it was also very encouraging to see other people fighting. So the 5051 movement is the group that's organizing really these nationwide protests, right? So that's why I recommend checking out their Instagram, because this will help you stay informed of just like things that are happening that are bad, obviously, but also giving you hope of like, look at all of these people across the United States, across all 50 states, who are resisting in so many different ways. So I highly recommend checking out their Instagram, their Facebook, and I'm sure they have a website as well. They also post about their marches and protests that they're organizing, but because the 5051 movement is specifically nationwide, you have to scroll through like a lot of information until you find things related to your city, which brings me to resource number 2, Indivisible.org. Okay, Indivisible.org is where you are going to go and narrow down the protests you want. Okay, you go in, put in your zip code, and it will pop up all the protests happening near you. And then like as you scroll through, it'll show you protests that are happening further out and further out and further out, in case you just are really ambitious and want to go to all of them, right? So I use this to find the protests that are happening around me, which is Portland and Salem. Those are the big cities that protests are happening. There have been 2 protests happening at the Portland Tesla dealership. I have not been able to attend either of them. I'm not sure if I'll be able to attend any of the others in the future. I really hope I can, because I want to protest that scumbag. So yes, this Indivisible.org is where you're going to find your very specific to you location-wise protests. I'll also show you like online events and protests and ways to resist as well. So if you're unable to go physically to places, but I highly recommend you make the effort to go to these physical protests as well, because we need to be showing up in numbers, right? We need to be showing up in massive amounts of numbers. So 5051 Instagram page gives you a broad look of what that movement is focusing on. Indivisible.org gives you a more specified look on what you can do locally. And finally, this one is very important. They're all important, okay? But if you've heard the advice that we need to be calling our representatives and telling them what we think, and that has brought you significant dread, you may have phone anxiety, like I do. The 5 Calls app is our savior, okay? You put in your location, and it tells you who you need to call and what you need to say. Exactly, word for word, what you need to say, right? So if I'm on my app right now, let's look at Stop the Purge of Federal Workers, okay? That's a pretty pertinent one, right? So I click that. I scroll down. It shows me my House rep and my senators, right? I click, Andrina Salinas. Let's click her name. Oh, right. I will click that number. Should I do that now? Oh, man, I still have phone anxiety. Oh, I should do it now, though, right? Okay, you say, "Hi, my name is blank, and I'm a constituent from blank. I'm calling to demand Rep. Andrina Salinas push back against the Trump administration's mass firings of dedicated federal workers, blah, blah, blah." Okay, so that's what I need to say. I'm gonna do it now. I hate talking on the phone, okay, but I'm gonna do it. And then once you do it, you can click whether or not they were unavailable, whether or not you made contact, or if you left a voicemail, right? The reason why it's called the 5 Calls app is because they want you to be making 5 calls a day, right? Okay, I'm so nervous. Okay. Okay, if you leave a voicemail, leave your full street address to ensure your call is tallied. That's important. I'm so nervous. I don't want to do this, okay? I'll probably get voicemail, honestly. Fuck, I don't want to do this.
Thank you so much for calling my Washington, D.C. office. I am sorry we missed you. Please leave a message with your full name, phone number, home address, email address, and the reason for your call. Your call is very important to us, and my team will get back to you as soon as possible.
Hi, my name is Jenna, and I'm a constituent and I'm calling to demand Rep. Andrina Salinas push back against the Trump administration's mass firings of dedicated federal workers by opposing any budget or spending bill unless it includes a binding mechanism to block Doge's lawless impoundment and dismantling of federal agencies. Donald Trump is not a king, Elon Musk is not an elected authority, and their destructive overreach of power has to stop. Thank you for your consideration and time. Okay, that was just a voicemail. And it's got my heart up to 81. My resting heart rate is usually like around 50 or 60, so 81. God, it was just a voicemail. Why are millennials like this? Why does talking on the phone cause us so much dread? Okay, so now in the app, I can put left voicemail. Okay, and then it moves on to Jeff. Okay, and then I would do the same thing. Okay, so you get the point though. I'm not going to do any more calls on this video. So those are some resources and some ways that we can fight back, that we can resist. We need to resist in large numbers, in very large numbers, okay? This is scary what's happening. It truly is. But we will not let that fear stop us from fighting back, okay? All right? Okay, that's my video. Different than my normal, really chill, lovely, joyful videos. Yeah, this one was a bit serious. But it's got to happen. That's just how it's going to be, right? Potentially make a couple more of these videos if things progress. Like, I want to keep people informed. I have a very small following at the moment, but look, even if I can influence 10 people to not spend money on February 28th, I've at least done something. And on top of that, like, be spreading the word about these, especially the economic blackouts. Like, text and talk to and call people that you, like your friends and family, tell them directly, do not spend money on this day. Post about it on your own social media. But I feel like we need to be asking them directly, telling them directly, hey, this is important. We need to come together and do this, right? Okay. All right, that's it. That's all I've got. That's all I've got. I'll see y'all in the next video. If you plan to stick around. If you don't plan to stick around, that's fine. This is just an information video anyways. All right. I hope you all have a lovely day and can get over your phone anxiety to call some representatives because I need to call some more. All right. With that, goodbye.